Yeah, so this morning I jumped on my computer, grabbed my coffee, opened up Atlas like I do every day, and there was an update. Didn't think twice about it, hit that update. So it seems that Atlas has removed a big key feature um, that really sets it back, if you ask me. Atlas and Comet, this back and forth thing. Comet, I think, always has had the edge, but Atlas, I think people hoped it would be as good as they want it to be, and it just hasn't gotten there. Most of these AI browsers is built on Chromium, and one of the interesting things that I learned too is Atlas is built on the ground up. It's kind of using the Chromium brain, but everything else around it is built up, like the body is rebuilt, right? And it's rebuilt on Mac language. So it's very unlikely we'll see that port to to a Windows machine or Android or that. But I'm kind of a Mac guy, so I'm kind of fine with that. But one of the big things that just hit me that they removed. So if you come into the browser here and click Ask, right? This is how we interact with the chat, right? What time is it today? So right now it's 10:34 local time, which we're in Southern California. But the key here is you used to be able to hit the slash command, and you see it would open up these other options in here. We could scroll up, we could scroll down. There used to be all our GPTs in here. So if we're using Comet would call them shortcuts, right? They're basically pre-written instructions that we could call on whenever we want. And in this case, the agent would work like it would interact with the page that you're currently on, right? Right now I'm on OpenAI's page, and if I ran a pre-written instruction, even if it was something like summarize, right? We could just type summarize out, but we could have that in as a shortcut that if we typed slash and the name of that summary, it would run those instructions. And OpenAI made it nice because they let us use GPTs for that. And for us that have been in the OpenAI ecosystem, let's call it, we've already have a lot of pre-built GPTs and projects. So it was nice to be able to access all of them right in the sidebar while you're in the app and have it use agents with the web page. Now, I don't know if this was removed for security reasons, or maybe people are doing the wrong thing, or if they're just rebuilding things and they removed it so they could rebuild it. But with that being said, to remove it and not have something to replace it with is really concerning. Again, yeah, if we opened up the sidebar in here, we could see like these are my GPTs, right? These are my personal ones. But yeah, like I have a Brew Buddy. If I run it, it'll pop this up. Yes, I'm making a bright, clean and bright. So I could run this stuff in the side. It doesn't need to be in there. And this is a bad example because it's not using anything from the page. But a better example would be one I used for social. It could take a video and create some posts and everything based off that video. So if I made a video, it will help me figure out like what a quick summary for that video should be, or help me maybe dial in the title a little bit. Anyway, this is really a big thing because Comet already has the lead and already has that built in. So the big difference to me between the two, and again, something I've learned along the way, is ChatGPT's Atlas runs everything in the cloud. So it will spin up private tabs in the cloud and run your content there. Whereas Comet spins it up locally and runs it locally. And the difference being is when we're talking about tokens. So the big difference too here is that Atlas, you only get like 20 tokens a month, 20 chats a month. It's because they're going online and doing everything in the cloud rather than locally. If you're doing it locally, you'd be using less resources, hence Comet doing things locally. It does go to the internet for things, but a lot of the agent type stuff that it has to interact with the browser is done locally, whereas Atlas is doing it in the cloud, right? It's spinning up that web page in the cloud and moving around the page. It makes it feel like you're doing it local, but it's doing it in the cloud. But yeah, so this is a bit frustrating. I was hoping OpenAI would close that gap a bit faster with Comet, and then pass them by, to be honest. But Comet's definitely staying ahead of the pack. And again, this could be, there could be very well good reasons for it. Maybe there's laws coming out, more restrictions, things like that. That OpenAI is a little more has to accommodate for, versus Comet that maybe they're just bursting walls and not worrying about much until they get the backlash, right? But yeah, so that's my quick take here. You know what? I'll open up Comet here real quick. Again, in Comet, same thing really, right? We have our assistant on the right-hand side. And if we tab down in here, if we hit slash, we could see all these other slash commands down here. I have job search, create a rulebook, pin comment, ideas, ask. I have a bunch of them down there. And it works pretty much how GPTs work, right? I could go into any one of these, pin comment, click that little pencil, and you could come in here and you could see the instructions. It's just a saved instructions, right? But for them to get rid of that in Atlas seems like a very big step backwards. And I don't know if this is, kind of a pro feature. They don't think people are going to miss it, but it will keep me from using it. I do like OpenAI better for writing. Especially I feel like it learns a little more from you. It understands a little more from you. So I'm kind of like hesitant to leave OpenAI. In other words, cancel my subscription with them and go to something else. But yeah, I don't know. They're really tempting me. Comet, I've been paying for. Anything I can't do in Atlas, I jump over to Comet and I do it in here. Again, you blow through those tokens really fast doing any type of agent work on Atlas. I feel like if that's something you need, maybe don't even bother with Atlas, because it's not going to be enough tokens to get you through a month. I think I got through like a week, and then the month after that, I ran through the tokens in a day trying to do something. So 20 is not enough because it does everything in the cloud. It's hard to compare it to Comet. And comparing it to Dia, again, Dia doesn't have the agent stuff that at least I'm aware of, not recently. So if you're using it like agent, Dia, it's pretty much on the same playing field. So if they're looking at Dia as their competition, not Comet, then maybe, yeah, they're running equal to them. Anyhow, I just wanted to put that out in case someone updated and went and started trying to click buttons, trying to find where their stuff was like I was. Let me know, is it a feature that you miss? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Is there other features that have disappeared that I'm not aware of that you're using in your workflows nowadays? How are you using Atlas in your workflows nowadays, in your day-to-day? Have you left Atlas already and went to Comet, or vice versa? Let me know. I'm curious. All right, guys, till next time, take care.